Hola amigos and welcome to episode 22 of La Resurreccion. It's not been long since we last met, but let me bring you up to date nevertheless. So in the last episode we played Hercules and Celta Vigo. We then had an amazing 5-0 win at Besiktas in the Champions League. I have no idea what happened here. We just went on an absolute tear. Flavio Ramos grabbed a goal, Pacheco got 2, Sanchez got 1 and an own goal. This was an unbelievable performance, truly out of nowhere. And then 2 draws in the league. Firstly, a 0-0 against Atletico Madrid. We played pretty well in this game. I'm pretty pleased with that result, I have to be said. And then a 2-2 away at Granada. We were 2-0 down, and then we brought it back. 2 goals in the matter of a minute. Sanchez and Santos with the goals. They scored 2 in 2 minutes as well. So I was glad that we were able to respond and pick up a result. Like I said, not long between since we last met, but I didn't want to show you both the Porto games. So we are going to play CSKA today in the Champions League, and then Athletic Bilbao, who have started the season pretty poorly, but I think, they're on the up a little bit. They must have had a decent upturn in form as of recent. If we have a look at the table as it stands, we are 5th in La Liga, not doing too bad. As I said, the teams that were having previously poor seasons have really turned it around, the likes of Sevilla and Valencia. So we're not too far off the top 4 at the moment, but then again, we're only expected to get top half. Last season, again, was a massive overachievement, so we can't be expecting to be finishing Champions League spots every season. Amazingly, CSKA did manage to beat Porto in the last round of the Champions League, so we are top of the league as it stands. 4 points clear. If we beat CSKA today, or even if we get a point against them, that should qualify us for the next round. It's just a case of whether we finish top of our group. Normally, finishing top of your group brings its advantages, but teams in second place, especially with the pot that we've seen so far, you get the looks. PSG have already qualified, Milan or Arsenal, see, that wouldn't be a favourable draw. Liverpool, Atletico, Dortmund, we wouldn't be able to face Real, so that's not a bad thing. Barcelona, Schalke are top of their group, amazingly. Bayern have already qualified, any one of those teams. Bayern have already gone through, we could face United. So there's no easy team. I know, cliches everywhere. But still, we're on course. We were only supposed to make the group stage, which we did automatically, so we've already gone above and beyond where we were supposed to. But as I said, first game, CSKA today, and then Atletico. So if we have a look at the team for this massive Champions League game, we've gone back to fairly full strength. As you remember, in the last episode, we've had to sort of rotate a little bit. We have got a couple of injuries. Boney got injured on international duty. He's going to be out for a few weeks. Renato Santos as well. He's going to be out maybe as long as a month. So ideally, we'd like to have Boney in the team, but Santos on that great goal scoring form at the moment after his long barren spell, so it could be worse. Santos only really our backup winger, so again, things could be worse. As I said, this is the team to face CSKA. So Mvogo is going to be in goal. A familiar back 4 of Rocha, Rodriguez, Ramos and Hermes. In the middle of midfield, Rolon and Sanchez. This is as strong as we can get. Kiko on the right, Pacheco on the left. Kaidi Bare is going to be playing number 10. Juan P really struggling for fitness, so he can only make the bench. And Michael Santos up top, as we've already discussed. A positive result should see us through to the next round. I'm really hoping that we can grab that after an emphatic win last time out in the Champions League. So the games begin. And I know the first CSKA game wasn't in a live con, but remember what I said. They didn't have many chances, but every time they came forward, they did look pretty dangerous. So hopefully we can avoid too much of that today. They have got some good players in their team, to be fair, and they're keeping the ball well, although Valencia's shot is blocked. But we have a look at their team. Akinfeev in goal, as always. Antonio Valencia is there. Johannes Guy taking the free kick, is saved by Mvogo. Sanchez manages to scramble it away. Zagoev there as well. Abel Hernandez. So they have got capable players. Hopefully we can avoid too much danger as Barre gets a lovely ball out to Hermes. Tries to knock one in, but his cross is headed away by the first man, Sanchez. Kiko Rocha's got so much space and he finds him. Can he get a ball in? He does. Santos there at the near stick. It's gone in. It's gone down as an own goal. Horda Magnusson has been credited with the own goal. And brilliant, there's no replays. My apologies. I would have wanted to see as well how that ended up in the back of the net, but nevertheless it has. Akinfeev beaten by his own man. We go 1-0 up on Moscow, and that is massive news. CSKA start with a throw in deep in their own half, and they're going to work it from the back. Johannes Geis now just playing patiently between him and Magnusson. Launches one upfield, and it releases Abel Hernandez, and he's been brought down. It's gone to VAR, but it looks like a pretty clear penalty. Yeah, didn't even go to VAR in the end. Rodriguez gives away the penalty. Abel Hernandez steps up and then Vogo saves it. What a save. She's pulled one out of the bag there. Yeah, I know. It had to be done. I'm sorry. Guys with the corner towards Magnusson, headed away. Antonio Valencia on the edge. Vasin Chalov is there. And then Vogo scrambles across and manages to keep it out. 3.3 million he cost. Absolute bargain when he's pulling out performances like that in the Champions League. That could be the catalyst for our qualification into the knockout stages. As time ticks around to half time, and we are 1-0 up at the break. A fairly even first half, it has to be said. But I'm going to say to the boys, well done. A massive performance. I think we're at the Luzhniki, are we not? That's where CSKA play. I hope so. From the Arena CSKA. Maybe not then. 379 fans making the trip. You know I love an away attendance. But the travelling support would be happy with what they've seen so far. Highlight, just over 15 minutes to go, and it's the way of CSKA Moscow. Luis Adriano on the edge. Pereira, he hits the post. A fairly casual shot. But it curls towards goal, and Vogo wasn't getting there. His blush is saved by the woodwork. And CSKA coming forward again. They're really throwing the kitchen sink at us. Valencia, cross is blocked. But it falls back to Kutupov, who plays a lovely ball forward. Flavio Ramos. Oh, don't say it's another penalty, for goodness sake. That looked like a fairly clean challenge, but he's going over to VAR. Come on, that was give the corner. That looks a fairly good tackle. No penalty, thank goodness. I mean, I won't disagree with the Rodriguez one. That looked like a pen. But that looked like a good tackle, and justice has rightly been done. But the danger's not over. Chalov on the edge, bends one wide of the mark. And we escape. The CSKA coming forward again. They really need to get something out of this game, and it shows. Zagoev Pereira, lovely ball out towards Valencia with time and space. Gets one in. Falls to Pereira. Poor defending. Looked like Rocha was the man who failed to get it clear. And CSKA, for all their pressure in this sort of 5-10 minute spell, is paid off as Pereira. Lovely ball out towards Valencia. Great vision to see him out on the touchline. Gets one in. Rocha's made a mess of that. And Pereira hits that on the half volley. Beaten in Vogo. And it is 1-1 here in Moscow. And I think with that, some changes are going to have to be made. Triple substitution. Robles, Juan P and Jesus Hoyers on off the bench. 5 minutes to go. Chance potentially for us. The two substitutes. Robles, Hoyers, Pacheco. Oh, he has to go backwards right on. Hermes get a good ball in. His cross is blocked, but he'll get the ball back. Pacheco now on the edge. Juan P is there. Can he hit one? Oh, tries bending one. Hits a side netting. But time ticks down. And I think this result, bar any changes, would qualify as time has ticked away. Less than 20 seconds to go. We're just going to keep possession. Hoyos instead decides to kick it out for a throw. Potentially time wasting. But there it is, the final whistle. A really good performance away from home all in all. A point has been collected. Well done, lads. It was a good performance, so I'm not going to slag them off too much. But there we go. Malaga qualified for the first knockout round. What an achievement. I'll be interested to see who we get in the next round. But for now, let's take on Athletic Bilbao. Okay, we are at game day number 2, but I did forget between the last couple of episodes with England there were a couple of matches. I just thought you might want to see. We beat Serbia away 2-0 and then beat Austria at home 5-2 in the Nations League. So we did win our group. We are going to get promoted. Lovely old job. Right, Athletic Bilbao in the league. I believe I've only made one change. If I click on the tactics button, that'll be helpful. I believe so, yeah, one change. So I'll just reintroduce you to the team. Virgo in goal, Rocha, Rodriguez, Ramos and Hermes at the back, Rodon and Sanchez in the middle, Kiko on the right, Pacheco on the left, Juan P is going to come in the number 10 role, and Santos up top. I like this season that there's not been that much rotation. Well, there has been a bit of rotation, but I've played a very sort of similar team in a lot of matches. I think with the number of competitions that we've got, having a sort of settled first team is quite ideal. Like normally, I do love to rotate the team a bit. Sorry, got a bit sidetracked by the tunnel interview. Yeah, normally I do love to rotate a bit, but I think if we're playing in the Champions League, and you know how well we've done in the league, I think it's probably a good idea to have quite a settled first team. And we seem to have done that as Pacheco's in behind, but he hits the outside of the post early doors and it goes behind. But yeah, I think having a settled first team, making as minimal changes as possible, being able to fight on all fronts, because we're going to need depth regardless, as Juan P gets himself injured and that Kaidu Barre's not on the bench. Excellent. Right, let's make our usual change then. Pacheco in the middle. We'll bring Johnny on the left wing. Like, you guys will know if you watch for a long time how much I love to rotate a team, but also like at the end of season thing when it tells you how many people you've used, quite often I will always have like the highest in the league for the amount of players used. So, you know, just sort of reaffirms that. Kiko with a corner, edges to Pacheco. Can he hit one? He tries to bend one just over the bar. But yeah, you'll see, I kind of did that with the Liverpool save. It was only like, now that we've qualified for the knockout stages, I think between now and like the sort of knockout rounds is when I'll probably rotate most. Like, although we've got a winter break in December, there's still a lot of games to be played in December. I've just arranged a friendly against Ibar as well during the winter break. And we've got a tough January as well, lots of games then. So I think in this period where there is Champions League games, play our best team, and then just around that, just rotate as much as possible. So over Christmas and everything, the players who aren't seeing that much action will probably get a bit of game time, as Johnny is at the back stick. Plays it back out to Hermes, gets a ball in, Santos is there. And I think he's given a penalty. We're going to VAR once again. It could well be a penalty. It did look like it could be a penalty, although Kiko was there at a far stick unmarked, so even if it didn't go to a penalty, I'm sure he would have smashed it in. The decision, it is a penalty. Okay, Danny Pacheco is going to be the man to take the spot kick. Can we take the lead in Bilbao? And we do. Pacheco drills it straight down the middle. Bilbao have been pretty poor in this game. All the chances have been our way. And as we just watch the penalty again, Pacheco confident, drills it down the middle. He knew where he was going, waited for the keeper to commit. Sends it the wrong way. Lovely old job. Pacheco, free kick. Kiko's there at the back stick, and he scrambles it in. Keeper saved the initial effort, but the ball is parried straight back to Kiko. And on the hour mark, we make it 2. As we watch this lovely floated free kick. Kiko all unmarked. Ramiro makes a good save from a tight angle as well. Kiko sticks in the rebound. 2-0 away in the Basque Country. Bilbao, shades of what their former selves, and we've robbed the ball off them. Can we counter-attack? We're delaying it a little bit, just keeping possession at the back. Oh my word, what was that? And Virgo did well. Rodriguez, we work it up nicely though. He hasn't got many options. He'll have to go out wide, and he does to Kiko, who loves to drive at players, and that's exactly what he's doing. Inside Pacheco, Kiko, lovely football. Sanchez is there. Santos, lovely 1-2. Sanchez, oh, he drills it just wide. Lovely build-up play. A great 1-2 from Sanchez and Santos. And Bilbao, maybe a chance for them finally. It's Araspe. DeMarcos, Unai Lopez, believe he's on as a substitute. Patient build-up play from them. Long ball over the top, and Aki Williams with the pace. He does well to get a hold of the ball, but his shot is straight at Vogo. They've stepped it up these last few minutes, it has to be said. Muniain not even going to see the corner, apparently. Throw in to Bilbao deep in their half, and this is what we saw CSKA do. So last 20 minutes, they stepped it up a bit. And Muniain, ball over the top, Iñaki Williams in behind. His shot again, straight at Vogo. But we seem fairly confident for now. I think that's a good idea. The assistant manager has said, man mark Iñaki Williams, but no subs have been made. Time has ticked down here. And just under a minute to go. It looks like it is going to be a game over. Really impressive performance. Bilbao, despite them being a struggling side, never an easy place to go. But we've done a thoroughly professional job. It has to be said. Though speaking about rotation as well, Williams is in behind again. Third time lucky, and it is the time we decide to man mark him and he actually scores. I don't need to see this replay. It's the depths of added time. We should be able to see this one out now. Let's just hold on to the ball. I was saying about rotation. Adrian Gonzalez has already come to me. He's furious that he hasn't been playing. And he's decided that he's going to leave. His contract runs out at the end of the season. He's already decided that he's going to leave on a free. But there we go, the final whistle. One thing as well I've noticed about Marcelo Hermes is that, yeah, he's been a good player for us. But let's be serious, he's nothing compared to George, is he? I miss that man so much. A good win nonetheless. Let's see what George is up to these days. George. Really? No. He's on loan. Oh, that's ridiculous. He's on loan at Juve. But I saw as well, Barkley ended up going out on loan. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, I think Barkley went back to Everton. That's so annoying that at the start of the window we couldn't get them and they've ended up going. Right, let's have a look at the table. Still fifth, but we've closed that gap. Only 2 points off Atletico, although them and Barca do have a game in hand. All tight as well. I think Porto and Besiktas drew in their Champions League game. So it's still all to play for in the last game. We could affect that result. We do play Porto at home in our final group stage game. In terms of when we will be back, we've done a couple of games close together, so I'm thinking let's leave a little while between games. I'm thinking, let's play all the way through to January. Let's do Madrid-Barca doubleheader. What an episode that will be. But guys, that is going to be it from me. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel for more. And I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Cheers.